The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Mandatory minicamp is this week for the New York Jets. What are the biggest storylines to watch for? We'll talk about that and much more in today's Jake Asman Show. My guest is Jets content creator Matt O'Leary. So Jet fans, let's hit it and get it started.
Man, our Jets are primed for a historic season. Bleed Jets green each and every day. This is not the same old Jets. We have Aaron freaking Rodgers. We have Garrett Wilson. Let's go. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinnen Williams. The Jets bandwagon is loaded. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show.
Here we go, Jet fans. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Sunday. Stop what you're doing and hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. The Jets hold mandatory minicamp later this week. It starts on Tuesday. Robert Saleh will speak to the media, and there's a lot of questions surrounding this team as the Jets get set for their final, quote-unquote, off-season activity before training camp opens in the late summer. Joining us right now to talk all things New York Jets is a man who was at MetLife Stadium yesterday, but not for a Jets game. Matt O'Leary joins us now. Matt, how was the concert last night at MetLife?
Yeah, it was awesome, Jake. I was texting you about it, and look, I couldn't stay away from MetLife. Needed to get out there. I'm itching for September, but if you guys follow me, you probably know I'm a big country fan, and it was George Strait and Chris Stapleton out at MetLife Stadium. Great concert. They did a few songs together too, which was epic. So I had a blast, and I'm itching to get back in September for some New York Jets football.
Was anyone there rocking any Jets gear in the parking lot?
I didn't see any Jets gear, although I did meet on the escalator going up. I did meet a couple subscribers. So it's always cool when you're just kind of out in the wild and you get people coming up to you. It makes sense, right? At MetLife Stadium, going to have some Jet fans there, but I can report that they have like the new logos and stuff on tents. They have like a VIP area, like a Jets VIP area set up, and they're ready for the season, man. They already got like the new logos out. It's fresh. It's new. Looks awesome.
The Jets look like a real football team, folks. We can't wait for it. All right. Mandatory minicamp this week, Matt. I think the biggest storyline is not about anything actually happening on the field. I think it's, will Hassan Reddick report? Because if he does report, then it's like, okay, he might want a new deal, but at least he's there for the mandatory portion, and I think it's something that could get worked out. Let's start there. Your thoughts on the Reddick situation, who has, to this point, not been to any of the voluntary stuff, but that could change Tuesday when it becomes mandatory.
Yeah, at least according to Robert Saleh, the expectation is for him to be there for the mandatory stuff. I hope that he is, because I think it starts trending towards that real holdout. I don't really consider him missing voluntary OTAs a holdout, but once you get into mandatory things and you're not in the building, that's a little bit different. I do think that they are going to eventually have to come to some sort of agreement on a new deal. It seems like Hassan Reddick, ever since the Jets landed him, he wants a new deal. He's on the final year of a contract. There's no guaranteed money left on that deal anyway. So from his perspective, I get it. I think from the Jet side, you kind of just have to figure out what you're comfortable with. I don't think you want to go crazy long-term with a guy who's 30 years old now, but maybe they redo it for this year and tack on an extra year, and then it kind of aligns with that Rodgers window over the next two. I think that's probably a scenario that could be best case for both sides.
What are your thoughts ultimately on the plan of action if he's not there? Do you think this fan base will be in full panic mode? Do you think that they will actually be rational as Jet fans? Kind of project the week if Hassan Reddick is not there.
Yeah, well, it's going to be, everyone's going to be upset and all up in arms. I don't think people are going to take it lightly. Jet fans don't react to things lightly. They're very emotional, as you know, Jake. So it's going to be one extreme or the other. And unfortunately, I think if he doesn't show up, Jet fans are going to be frustrated and angry and talk about, oh, what a big mistake it was. You trade for the guy, and now he's not happy with the contract. How'd you not know this is going to happen? So I'm bracing for it already. But again, knock on wood, I hope he just kind of attends. The expectation is that he's going to attend. So I think it just makes life easier if he does.
Hit the like button if you're tuned in live right now. We're talking with the great Matt O'Leary, who's joining us here on a Sunday show previewing New York Jets minicamp, which starts early this week. Give me some other things, Matt, that from your perspective you think are noteworthy to follow this week with the Jets.
Yeah, I really am keeping a close eye on the rookies, which, I think Braylon Allen to me has stood out maybe the most out of all the rookies, with Breece Hall not being, a participant, and totally understand that. I would take the same approach with Breece Hall. He was coming off the injury last year, and you kind of just want to keep him as fresh as possible. I was really interested to see what the pecking order would be. And eventually I thought they would get to Braylon Allen as the RB2 on this team, but I didn't think it would happen this quickly, number one, and I didn't think there would be this much of a gap. And I get it. Like it's voluntary OTAs and mini camps, and obviously things can change when the pads go on for real in July and August. But as of right now, to me, he looks like the front runner in the room to be the guy behind Breece Hall. And I'm here for it. I think he's been impressive so far. And that's with him and just the rest of the rookie class. I'm always going to keep a close eye on them to kind of just see how they're progressing.
Matt O'Leary is my guest. If you have anything Jet or NFL related for him to address, write it in. Super chats will cut the line as we continue to preview all angles of Jets minicamp. You had a great video the other day, Matt, that I wanted to touch on. Stock up, stock down from what we know from OTAs. Can you expand on some guys that are stock up, and then we'll get to the stock down based on your opinion?
Yeah, so Braylon Allen was one of those guys that I included. Another Jets rookie, Quantez Stiggers, I thought was a stock up. I also did a little bit of a cop out and said the Rodgers Wilson connection is a stock up. We know that both those guys are good individually, but kind of just seeing them back out on the football field together, I thought was enough for me to include them in a stock up as well. But yeah, I was really impressed with those guys in particular, and I would classify those guys as stock ups.
When you look at some of the stock downs, where do you start? Who's the first name that you're like, uh-oh?
Yeah, I think like Alan Lazard made the list, and he's kind of the Jets whipping boy right now. And I get it. Like, it's really frustrating. He signed a big money contract last offseason. His first year comes in and was just flat out bad, unplayable down the stretch. And I know a lot of people, myself included, were hoping that with the Aaron Rodgers return, maybe he can get to be closer, not even the full version of what he was in Green Bay, but just closer to being a functional wide receiver. And a lot of drops already in OTAs. That was a problem for him last year. One of the stock up guys, Quantez Stiggers, who's, 5th round rookie, had a really good day against him early on in OTAs. And while that's a good thing for Quantez Stiggers, I don't know, from Alan Lazard's perspective, a veteran wide receiver getting worked by a 5th round rookie isn't really, a sign of support there or a positive. So he jumped out to me. And also Izzy Abanikanda. We talked about Braylon Allen coming onto the scene, but Isaiah Davis is a rookie who's ahead of him on the depth chart, it seems, right now. And Tariq Cohen, who's been in the building for 5 minutes, already feels like he's ahead of Izzy Abanikanda on the depth chart. So again, want to reiterate, like, things can change when the pads go on in July, August, when official training camp and preseason's here. But as of right now, I think Izzy's going to have a really hard time making this team.
They say Sunday is when the Asmaniacs are at their most generous. I just made that up now, but it might be true. Shout out to the following listener who donated a channel membership. Daniel Murphy made it rain just a couple minutes ago. Bang! If you hear your name called, you received a membership from the former New York Met great. Jetted Out received a channel membership. Make sure you turn on gift receipts. You never know when someone will make it rain with a channel membership during the show. Comments, questions, super chats for Matt O'Leary to respond to. You know, you said something earlier about Aaron Rodgers and that connection with Garrett Wilson. I think the fact that seemingly Rodgers has looked like Rodgers, well, I'm not surprised. It still puts you a little bit at ease as a Jet fan, knowing that, like, all right, he had the injury last year, but at least through this stage of the offseason, we're right back to, hey, he's looking unbelievable like he was at this time a year ago.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of comforting. That's how I look at it anyway. And then you get the pushback from either just miserable Jet fans or fan bases of other teams saying like, oh, like everyone looks good in shorts. So like, what are you doing? And I think the negative Jet fans are forgetting, like we've had a lot of quarterbacks in recent years who did not look very good in shorts. Like I was at training camp last year. I wouldn't necessarily classify Tim Boyle as a successful, OTA and training camp guy out there in the shorts. So, maybe some fan bases are spoiled who get to watch, like, I don't know, Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen every year. And they're like, oh yeah, like they're just going to look good because that's always the case. Like, I don't know. We watched Christian Hackenberg hit reporters on the sideline during, this time, almost 10 years ago now. So it's not always these guys look good in shorts. Like Jet fans, you're allowed to enjoy having a legitimate quarterback for a change.
And I mean, even the highlights that we've seen from Rodgers, like the no-look passes, like he's all the way back, man. There's no positive from his injury because we'll have trauma for the rest of our lives. And last year was a nightmare, as we all know. But, the one thing you could say is it happened week 1. So he's had the maximum amount of time you could have to get ready for this season. Like he has no limitations. He's 100%. He's sprinting. He's going to be ready to go for his typical training camp. And that's great news for every Jet fan.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Like if you are to put some sort of positive spin, it happened in September. At least it wasn't January. And who knows what the timeline would have been if this happened at the end of the year last year. But, for now, you're right. Like he was pushing to come back and play at the end of the year in December, January last year. Obviously, he doesn't end up coming back because the Jets were eliminated and out of it at that point. So instead, rehab continues, comes back strong. Although, what was your take? I don't know if I saw it on the Blister Gate.
Oh, yes. Blister Gate. Yeah, I think it kind of revealed how worried Bills and Dolphins fans are of the Jets. They couldn't wait to celebrate a perceived injury to Aaron Rodgers, which didn't exist.
Yeah, the number of people who texted me that picture or messaged to me on some social media, I was like, the guy they put a Band-Aid on a blister and he finished the practice. Like, what are we doing here?
It wasn't even his foot where the Achilles was.
Yeah, okay, add that in too. I didn't realize that.
It's amazing. Oh man, comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Maybe what I said about Asmaniacs donating memberships on Sunday will turn out to actually be true because, folks, Mike D's Nuts has made it rain with 5 memberships. Matt, this is the first time I've had you on since Mike D's Nuts has exploded onto the scene.
Bang! Thank you, Mike D's Nuts, for another gifted membership.
If you hear your name called, you're a channel member. D Van G, Flight Right 49, SDA Jets, Max Power, William Amelie. You guys are all officially Asmaniacs. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Some questions for Matt. We'll continue to chop it up about the state of the Jets ahead of minicamp. John writes in, how about Joe Tippmann making a huge second-year leap? I like what I've heard about Tippmann, and I really like what, in particular, Aaron Rodgers has said about Joe Tippmann, Matt.
Yeah, I'm really excited about him going into his second year. I thought he had a promising rookie campaign. I wouldn't say that he was stellar, but the whole Jets offensive line was really bad. So I'm going to give him a little bit of a break. But going into his second season, staying at one position at center, for me, I think the biggest thing that he needed to work on was actually snapping the football. There were some times where, like out of shotgun, the snaps were either a little too low or would go in too high. And that was really just the biggest red flag that I saw. But obviously a whole nother offseason of working on it, working with Aaron Rodgers. I think that's only a positive. And I have very high expectations for him this year. I think he's going to be an above average, good starter for this Jets team. And I'm hoping he's the Jets long-term guy at the position.
Chris K with a super chat. It's a free super chat because he's been an Asmaniac for 2 months. Happy Sunday, fellas. My question is, if you had to choose between Connor McGovern or David Bakhtiari as an offensive line depth signing, who would you guys prefer?
Yeah, this one's easy for me. I think I go Connor McGovern, and the reason being because the Jets at tackle are, I think, much deeper than they are on the interior after drafting Olu Fashanu. So you have your two starters in Morgan Moses and Tyron Smith. Then after that, you have Olu as the first guy up, and then Carter Warren's your fourth tackle, where on the interior, you have your three starters across the board, and then Wes Schweitzer is your first guy off the bench as an interior option. And then after that, I guess it's up for debate whether it's guys like Hansen or Newman or Glazer, like who that next guy would be. But I'd feel a lot more comfortable about the interior if McGovern was added back into the fold.
I agree with you because they have Olu, they have Carter Warren. Bakhtiari hasn't been healthy. McGovern until last year has been durable, and like to me, they're weaker on the interior than they are at tackle. So I think that's the right read. Now, if they brought in Bakhtiari, I mean, more depth the better. Let him compete, show he's healthy. I mean, I'm fine with either, but I think I agree with you. I think McGovern makes more sense for this team.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you, and I'm not against David Bakhtiari. I just think after you drafted Olu and the Jets feel pretty high on Carter Warren, I don't think it makes sense to add him as like a fifth tackle.
Roger F writes in, "Hey Jake, it's my birthday weekend. I'm smoking a 15-pound pork shoulder since 4 a.m. I just took a break from the barbecue smoker and enjoying the show." That sounds awesome, Roger. Happy birthday to you, my man.
Yes, happy birthday, Roger, and very jealous of your pork shoulder there.
Any tailgating last night, Matt, before the concert at MetLife?
Yeah, I did. I brought a charcoal grill. I don't really love cooking on charcoal, but it's what I have for tailgates. Kept it simple. Did a couple steaks, some chicken, a couple burgers, bacon, stuff like that.
Well done. Well done. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll always cut the line on the show. Big fella says FPP is the man. Imagine being so cool that someone pays money for me to acknowledge the person in the super chat. That's what just happened here, folks. Buckle up. Mike L writes in, this is our guy Purple Belt Mike, the rap god. Could Lazard get cut even if we eat 10 million? I don't think we're even close to this scenario happening yet. That said, if Lazard truly can't be one of their four best receivers and he doesn't play special teams, maybe there is a scenario where they would cut him at some point, but I don't think we're anywhere close to that happening yet.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Just because, like you said, they would have to eat the $10 million or 11, whatever it is. They don't save any money. And I think after this year, he is absolutely going to be cut almost immediately. You had the Robert Saleh quote from I think it was like November when he was talking about Lazard, and he said he'll be here for another year and a half when he has 3 years left on his deal. That to me was pretty telling, but I don't think they get out of it this year. Maybe they bury him on the depth chart a little bit, and guys like Gibson and Brownlee and Malachi Corley end up jumping him on the depth chart. But I think he's going to be here this year, unfortunately. I don't think there's a way out.
The great Boomtown checks in. Matt, were you aware of Jake's nickname growing up when you put him in as the punter on your content creators team?
I wasn't. What was the nickname?
The Red Leg Rocket.
Okay. Were you a punter or kicker?
Oh yeah, I was the best of the best.
Okay, well there you go. No, the truth of the matter is I had to get you on there somewhere and I didn't know where to put you. I felt bad going with the kicker and punter, but I didn't mean it as a slight. I didn't know where else to put you, Jake.
Low key, putting Boy Green as the long snapper was hilarious.
He's got the low center of gravity. That's what we need from your long snapper.
It's absolutely tremendous. If you're just tuning in, hit the like button. Questions for Matt O'Leary. We'll take some calls coming up here on the Gustbuster hotline if you want to call and talk to Matt personally. Jake Klein writes in, Matt, how much of a factor you do believe trading JFM is in part of paying Hassan Reddick?
Yeah, I do think that could be part of it. I'm still a little chapped about the JFM trade. I'm not going to lie. He was one of my favorite guys on this team. I just thought, reliable, does everything the right way, underrated guy for a lot of years. And I think there's going to be a little bit of a competition for who that fourth edge is going to be right now. Yeah, you have Reddick, you have Will McDonald and Jermaine Johnson, but right now as the fourth option, I think it's between the couple UDFAs and Michael Clemens. So, but in terms of paying Reddick, they do have the money to make it happen. It's not like if you pay him, then it's going to prohibit you from signing some other guys. So maybe that is the case, Jake. Maybe it was that, you had to move on from JFM so you could open up some cash to pay Hassan Reddick.
Skip Money with a super chat. 2 of my 3 favorite streamers on together. All we missing is Ian. Ian from Jet Central, man. The amount of quality content creators this fan base has, it truly is unbelievable, man.
Yeah, it is. Like I say it all the time. I've said it to you. I think we are very lucky as Jet fans to have just so many people and so many options in general, and the quality is really up there. Ian's great. It's a really awesome community.
Sources are telling me, Matt, that at the Matt O'Leary Wedding of Champions in November of 2025, there could be a Jet content creator table.
This is a thing. Yes. So very, very excited for that. Going to have some of my Jets guys there, and it's this is my work. So you guys are my work friends. So there's gonna be.
I love it. Matt O'Leary sent me a save the date, the earliest I have ever received a save the date for a wedding, November of 25. I'm the best man at my friend's wedding in March of 2025, and I haven't even received a save the date yet. To put it in perspective.
Yeah, well, I mean that's all on Taylor. She's a very organized person, and we immediately we sent him out. We also we did an engagement party for our close friends and family because I didn't want to have 300 people at an engagement party and then do a double wedding. But anyway, we gave them away as the party favor. So when you left, you got to save the date too. So that was part of the reason why they went out so early.
I can't wait. Me, Green Bean, Ryan, we're gonna go live from your wedding, Matt. It's gonna be wild.
Please do.
Kakuka Lake Jet fan writes in, 2 gingers, 1 pod. Pinch me. Yeah. I, as far as the redhead contingent of content creators, I feel like O'Leary and I got everyone covered.
Yeah, best of the best right there.
Skip Money making it rain, baby, with a membership. Yikes! What the heck happened there? There we go. Super chat, or actually not super chat. Excuse me. Membership went to Peter Bondatis or Borandis. You're a channel member. Welcome. Shout out to all the Asmaniacs out there. Shout out to I met at least 4 subscribers, including 2 Patreon members yesterday at the Yankees game in the Bronx. So shout out to our great listeners, and shout out to listener Anthony. I said, I'm going to Billy's. First listener to recognize me, I'll buy a beer. Anthony got a free Corona because he came right up to me at Billy's. Gerald, super chat. Michael Clemens sets a harder edge. Jets rule division. Agree. Michael Clemens. How do you feel about Clemens? Now, that's a name I haven't discussed in a very long time.
Yeah, this is one of my takes that bothers a lot of Jets fans. I'm not a very big Michael Clemens guy. I get it. He's fun. He's a fun guy to root for. Comes in shirtless, looks great, has the bat, intimidating personality, the nose ring, the whole bit. I don't think he's really shown a ton in the 2 years that he's been here to make me believe that he's going to be even remotely comparable to John Franklin Myers if he does win that starting job. I thought last year in particular, he was too much of a tweener. He put on weight to try to play on the interior. It didn't really go that great. So maybe if he loses the weight and gets back to what he came in as a rookie and is playing more on the edge, that would be better suited for him. But I'm not the biggest Michael Clemens fan. I don't know if that works as the Jets edge for.
Tom writes in, how much credit do you give Neil for stalking Tippmann while on vacation for his vast improvement? I give Neil all the credit for Joe Tippmann taking the year 2 leap.
Yeah, I definitely think so. Neil has a ton of power with the Jets organization, so that would not shock me in the league. Now I'm not in on the story with it. Any idea where they were or how this happened?
I forget where they were, but I randomly got a FaceTime this offseason from Neil, and on the other end is him and Joe Tippmann. It was the funniest conversation ever.
That's unbelievable. Imagine Joe Tippmann just trying to enjoy his vacation, and that psycho Neil comes up to him. Great, love Neil, great guy, but poor Joe Tippmann, man.
Neil was the only person to recognize Joe Tippmann too. That's how big of a Jet fan Neil is.
Oh, of course. Like if you're in the know, you're gonna know who Joe Tippmann is. But if not, like that's just a regular big dude on vacation.
JK says, imagine the super chats on a wedding night stream. Could you imagine? Oh my God. We go live from O'Leary's wedding. All super chats go to like the Matt O'Leary honeymoon fund. I mean, we would raise thousands for Matt O'Leary that night, folks.
I am in on that. I was telling you before we got started, like getting a house and the wedding. We got all the super chats possible. On this.
Oh man, this is a good one here. This is a great question. This is from Boomtown. Over under 79.5 Jet chance at Matt's wedding.
Ooh, I'm definitely taking the over on that one. I think I told you this too. Taylor, my fiance's dad's a huge Jets fan and a big Michigan fan, and that the day is usually the Michigan-Ohio State game. So we will be watching that in the groom suite, getting ready, I'm sure.
I love it. I love it. Hit the like button. If you're just tuning in, we're talking with the great Matt O'Leary. If you have not subscribed to Matt on YouTube, you should. I'm sure you do if you're watching Jets content in June, which, by the way, funniest line, I had Buffalo Jet fan on, and I was like, hey, like, tell people where they can find you. He's just like, if you're watching this if you're watching Jets videos in May, you're probably already subscribed. And I thought that was so funny. It just so true for what this fan base is.
He's one spot on, but we were talking about Jets content, guys, and just how deep it is. Buffalo's another one. I wish I was as funny as Buffalo Jet fan. Like he is just a great Twitter follow.
He's great. Did you see the tweet yesterday from Nania? Nania did a full-on tweet on June 8th where he tweeted this. I'm just gonna pull it up because it's so absurd. I had to respond to it. If the Jets win the toss in week 1 at San Francisco, are you taking the ball first and letting Rodgers make a statement in his return, or kicking and letting the defense set the tone? This is on June 8th. We're debating what to do with the opening coin flip for a game in September.
We are a special breed. Jet fans are a truly, truly special breed. By the way, I would put the defense on the field first.
Yeah, I would too. Set the tone. Yeah. Mike D's nuts with a super chat. Matt, are you going to the Bronco game?
Yes, that's going to be the Talking Jets outing game is Jets Broncos. So you're going to get me, Green Bean Ryan, doing the tailgate with Tailgate Joe again, getting on the field, the whole nine. We're going to be there.
Speaking of weddings, that's like that's the one game I can't go to this season at home because I have a wedding that night. So
okay,
I just miss out on that, unfortunately. But I'll be at the home opener the week before, which will be fun.
There you go.
Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Folks, today's Jake Asman show is being presented by my friends at Huga House. Get your vintage inspired cap. Get the hat Aaron Rodgers is always rocking. HugaHouse.com. Promo code Asman at checkout for 15% off. Different styles and designs. Buy one hat with that code at 15% off. You'll get the second one 30% off. It's not just Jets players rocking Huga House. Shane Gillis, Kevin from The Office, that overrated quarterback up in Buffalo. How about Shohei Ohtani, who had a base hit last night to open up the game against the Yankees? HugaHouse.com, promo code Asman for 15% off. Once again, buy one hat, get the second hat 30% off. Comments, questions, super chats. Let's go to the calls. Gustbuster Hotline. Feisty Beast is first up today on the show. Hello, Feisty Beast.
Hey, guys. What's up?
Is that Jay Graves? Wow, a debut call.
Yeah, well, I called one time back when we got Aaron, 2 years ago. I was super pumped.
Where have you been?
I can never catch your live shows. I work with behavioral therapists. I work with little kids in their houses during the day. And then, you work the radio at night, so I'm at home when you're at the radio. So, but yeah, I'm going to the Thursday night Halloween games. I want to show my face again, say hello to everybody. And I'm unfortunately becoming one of those old Jet fans who has no hope. Usually this time of year, I'm like, yeah, let's go. And I'm like, meh. So I need you guys to pump me up with some good stuff.
Hey, we feel good. Look, remove the word Jets from the helmet and just look at the team.
You are right.
They have as good a chance as anyone in the division.
But I'm sick of telling people that. My neighbor, he's a 50-year-old Giants fan. He's like, yeah. Everybody always yeah. It's me. Even my uncle who got me into the Jets. So I remember when we drafted the cornerstone 4, and I'm like, Joe Douglas is building it right, and he was I'm a diehard like you guys, and he was too. He sold his season tickets like 10 years ago, started going to Rutgers games. Like, I'm like, no, but really, we're gonna be good this year. He's like, eh. I'm like, oh my god, I'm turning into him. Like, damn it.
It's hard. It's hard if you're a long time
Yeah,
suffering.
they broke me last year. I swear, they just broke me. I think it was because of Hackett. Like, I think if we got rid of Hackett, I'd be a little bit more excited. I know we're going to the gap scheme. I know we're changing things up, but I'm like, we still have Hackett. And I don't know. I don't feel good about it.
Yeah, I get it. Hey, Jay Graves, great call. I'm glad I'm glad you're coming to our game against the Texans. And
I'm gonna try and call it more if I can catch it. But whenever you go live at 10, I'm like in my car by 10:30 going to my first kid's house. By the time you do calls, like I'm already working. So
I got you. Yeah. Well, thanks for calling.
Appreciate it. Hope to see you guys a lot more.
Absolutely. Helping our 4% female audience there grow. Shout out to Jay Graves there. She knows ball.
Wow. You're up to 4. Look at that.
Yeah. You ever check the YouTube analytics to see like how dominated it is by the male species?
I think it's like 2.5.
Really?
I don't think I've hit 3%.
How about that? I have more of a female audience than Matt O'Leary. Let's go.
Well, I think it's the good looks. That's why you're beating me out there.
It's got to be. They wanted me to do the cover of GQ today, but I said, no, I can't. I got Matt O'Leary coming on the show.
Got big stream.
Johnny Deggs with a super chat. Hey, Jake. Hey, Matt. Hey, Johnny. Thank you very much. Nick Shine writes in, Matt, let me and Jeremy stream from your channel at the wedding, minus the belly bumps, of course.
Oh, my God. Yeah. What a duo that would be, man. Oh, my God.
Man, I can't even imagine. Shout out to everyone tuned in live here. We love it on a Sunday morning. Jet fans, the passion off the charts tuning into the show. Ricky NY next up with Matt O'Leary and myself here on Sunday. What's up, Ricky?
Hey, what's going on, guys? And congratulations, Matt. Great news for you. When you find the right one, you know it. Me and my wife just celebrated 32 years this year. So
amazing. That's awesome.
Very, very happy for you. And you know what? I'm not gonna take a bet on that coin toss. What we do,
hey,
if we
congrats on the sex.
That was for you, Ricky.
Thank you. I appreciate it. What I will take a bet on is if we lose the coin toss, Alan's going to want everybody fired. I think I'm a pretty safe betting on that. However, you know what? I'm looking forward to this year. I think the worries about Hackett are a little bit overblown. Like I've said before, we saw all year last year guys running open. The quarterbacks just couldn't get them the ball. That changes this year. It's going to be a big year for us, and I just absolutely can't wait. I'm going to jump off and let other callers get in here, but I just wanted to say have a great Sunday, guys, and go Jets.
Ricky, appreciate it. Yeah, look, I understand why Jet fans are concerned with Hackett. My opinion on it is it's what Aaron wants. Aaron's essentially the OC, and I use the comp. Gase and Peyton Manning is Hackett and Rodgers, and we saw Peyton Manning throw 55 touchdowns in a year. Like, to me, not ideal that Aaron's got to do everything. It is what it is. That gives the Jets the best chance to win.
Exactly. I agree with you. And the plan last year was essentially that Hackett would give the formations and then Rodgers would diagnose at the line of scrimmage and then go from there. I think we're going to see a lot of that this year. If it gets to Tyrod Taylor or Jordan Travis, maybe a different story. But with Rodgers, I think, they'll kind of just let him do his thing.
Hit the like button if you're tuned in. If you're part of the 4% female demographic, call in. We're going to raise the female audience on this channel, one caller at a time. Jorge with a $10 super chat. Can we achieve a trade for Alan Lazard even if we eat half his salary, or is all lost with this character? I mean, at that point, maybe you just keep him just for depth purposes. Like, if you're going to have to pay half his salary, like, what do you get out of that? Like, you're not going to get any significant draft pick, like what, a 7th round pick, and you're paying his salary. Like, at that point, like, you either cut him or you see if maybe Aaron Rodgers can make him like a useful player again.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it to do that because, like, as you said, you got to attach a pick or do something else with it. I don't think they're going to move off of him as well. Again, as much as we might like to, like, he just might end up being a very expensive wide receiver 5 and inactive on some Sundays, but who knows? Maybe he gets a couple catches in the red zone, a couple touchdowns, and it makes him like semi-salvageable.
This one is from Jay, who says, Jake, you are single and Matt is taken. That's not true. As Joe Beningo doxed me on my own show. I'm dating Emily Radzikowski, Matt.
Oh, okay. Well, congrats. That makes sense as well.
Yep. It really does. It sure does. More of your calls from Matt O'Leary, ladies and gentlemen. Gary. Hello, Gary.
What's going on, Jake and Matt? What's up, man? It's going okay. I think I just found your channel. It's just Matt O'Leary.
Yeah,
that's your channel. Okay,
you just found his channel.
Yeah, because this is what I need. I need to watch. I don't spend enough hours of my day listening to Jet content, so I figured I need at least one more. Do you go live typically every day, or how often do you go live, Matt?
I'm more of a video guy. I'm not.
Okay, I don't really good. So I'll have to set my calendar to it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. All right. See, I appreciate that. Congratulations on the wedding.
Thank you, Gary. Appreciate it.
I'm 12 years into my life sentence, so enjoy. It's good. It's good. I trash being married, but it's good. I would never go back. I wouldn't undo it if I could. It's good, man. And Reddick, this isn't going to be a problem. They wouldn't have traded. I mean, I don't like Joe Douglas to start with, but he wouldn't trade for Reddick if this was going to be an issue, right? Like this is not going to be a story 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fine. I'm not really all that concerned about Hassan Reddick at this point.
Okay. And it's what is your take? The tight end room is a little soft. Any way we can get Brock Bowers in here?
Did somebody say Brock Bowers?
Goodbye, Gary. Goodbye.
Brock Bowers, man.
Did you happen to hear last week before, some of Gary's food takes that have been setting this channel ablaze?
No, I'd love to hear them. I did see that his daughter was on. I saw the videos that you clipped from that, but I have not. What are these food takes?
Gas station pizza. He would prefer that over any item from McDonald's, Burger King, or Wendy's. That was the first one.
Woof. All right.
The second one was chicken and pasta is disgusting. So if you want to have like chicken parmesan with some spaghetti on the side, can't do it. Gross. No good. Terrible.
Wow. That's coming out of the gate hot right there with two, unfortunately, pretty brutal. Sorry, Gary, but pretty brutal takes. I do not agree with either of those.
And don't worry, we put them all in song form.
Chicken doesn't go with pasta. Don't you know it's disgusting? Chicken can't go with pasta. Why? Because of the texture. Instead, go get yourself pizza at the closest Shell gas station, because chicken don't go with pasta. I just discovered dogs are pets.
That was another take as well. He recently realized how great of a pet a dog is.
What an interesting guy.
Amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike D's Nuts gets us back on track the only way he knows how, by spending money for the Asmaniacs.
Bang! Thank you, Mike D's Nuts, for another gifted membership.
If you hear your name called, you thank Mike D's Nuts, J-Law, Red John, Dane O. Jets, Mr. C, Scott Foster 2-3. You guys are officially all as maniacs. Let's keep it rolling here. Super chat from Jorge, who says Lazard needs some old school coaching. I mean, they benched him, made him a healthy and active. Like Salah called him out publicly. Like if he can't come out and respond, then he's just lost it. Like I actually think they've been a little old school on Lazard in some aspects.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know what else is left at this point. He was a healthy scratch a few times. They had Robert Saleh talk about the 53rd guy on the roster like he's going to the Hall of Fame, but he said that that Alan Lazard's not going to be here in a year and a half. So I think that's about as hard as you're going to get out of this coaching staff.
Ace of Spade, loss of confidence with Lazard or skill he can't catch. Confidence, I think he checked out last year. You hope Rodgers could revitalize him.
Yeah, I think it is a big confidence thing. And drops are always a little bit of an issue, but it's concentration. That's really what it comes down to. So I think it's loss of confidence.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us on the line right now is a member of this community that has not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 channel intros.
Well, you know I have my own YouTube show. If I'm awake, I'm going live. Ballistic has a show. I'm Bobby. Hey, Matt and Jake, how you guys doing?
Bobby, what's going on, man?
Congratulations on the wedding, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
She's a nice lady. Where does she work? What does she do for a living?
She's great. She is an audit accountant.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I like that picture in the back with the Jets helmet. That looks cool. So, yeah. You know, you could come on my channel if you want.
I would love nothing more than that,
Yeah.
Bobby.
You could show them my channel. So, what happens on my channel?
I don't know what happens, Bobby. I don't know what you're talking about.
Come on, the 2 videos. Show the chicken and pasta one, though.
Oh, we just played that.
We did the chicken and
pasta. Okay, do the other one.
What's the other one?
The whole everybody.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, Bob.
Okay, do it later then.
Okay.
So, yeah, that Yankee.
That's what the Bobby Midnight Show looks like, Matt. It's just basically 30 people on the screen talking over each other at once, and it's electric.
Hey, okay. Matt, you know what happened to me and my brother on Friday?
No, what happened?
I got a big surprise from Jake and Walter.
Okay.
Walter gave me and my brother 2 tickets to the Halloween game. Then Jake got us on the field to see at the beginning of the game.
That's right. Bobby Midnight will be on the field when the Jets come out of the tunnel, high-fiving Aaron Rodgers and company Halloween night.
And then
unreal.
And then the tailgate party too.
Oh yeah, there'll be a tailgate.
So you think we should take a car or a train? What do you guys think?
How about private jet?
No, that's $6,000.
Well, how do you know Neil won't just give you a private jet?
Well, Neil told me how much the price was, $6,000.
Yeah, but maybe he'll fund it for you.
Oh, I hope so. Fly there, right? No, the train is pretty good, but how you know it, I don't know. It just, I think if I drive down, leave at 5 and get there by 9.
Well, the game starts at like 8:30.
So we got to visit Nick. I asked Nick if I could visit him.
Nick Shine?
Yeah.
I'm sure you could.
He's my pal. So where's the wedding at, Matt?
Long Island.
Long Island.
That's the extent. I can't have. We got a lot of crazies in the chat. I can't have people showing up at this thing.
Oh, okay. So I'll give you some money for your wedding then.
You don't have to do that, but it is much appreciated.
Imagine if I could come, that would be crazy.
I don't know if that place could handle you, Bob.
I know, I'm so crazy. Okay, so Jake, I came off my show to come on here. So you know what? It's 1 o'clock today, guys.
You going live again?
No, your pal.
No, I know. I know what it is. Yeah, the Gator Show.
Yes, 1 o'clock today, guys. Everybody after Jake's go over to Gator and give him love. We love our Gator, and he's awesome.
Yes, we do.
I'm out of here, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye, Bobby.
Oh, you know I like the Yankees and the Jets. Can't believe Jake and Rodgers met. I'm more than just a hat on Bobby.
It's Matt. It's the fastest growing YouTube show. I mean, the Bobby Midnight Show has taken over.
I would think so. Just absolutely electric personality who's made for content.
Here's another great moment in Bobby Midnight Show history.
You know what it is? They can't get the taxes out of that in Airbnb because of Zell and all that stuff. They were so they outlawed it. That's basically what it is.
That must have been recent because I stayed at an Airbnb like maybe about 2.5 years ago.
Was it in Manhattan?
Huh?
Was it in Manhattan?
No, I was in Brooklyn.
Okay, I know Brooklyn and Queens has Airbnbs. If you're looking to go out there,
yeah. Oh, okay.
You could look in, I think, to Long Island City. I don't know if they have hotels and whatnot there, but Long Island City is like a Manhattan, brand new Manhattan. Like there's a brand new skyline. I know people that.
That's awesome.
Bobby, what are you singing, Bobby?
Nothing.
He's singing the Chicken Pasta song. Come on.
Too funny, man. Shout out to Bobby. Best show. Mike D's Nuts, the best man, baby. Making it rain. And then we'll get back to your calls.
Bang! Thank you, Mike D's Nuts, for another gifted membership.
If you hear your name called, you're a channel member. Big Steve, Rick B, Larry Thomas, Yandel Morales, Good Vibes. You guys are all as maniacs. That's 17 channel memberships and counting during this show. We got about 8 minutes left with Matt O'Leary. Let's keep rapid fire through some of your calls right now. Snowball is up next. What's up, Snowball?
Morning, guys. How are you? I have the invitation that you mailed to my house for the wedding. The only problem is that the date kind of got washed off in the rain. So I was just wondering what I know the time, I know the place. It's just what's the date?
February 30th.
February 30th. Why don't I believe you?
I don't know. You should.
Yeah, he's a trustworthy guy, Snowball.
But anyway, it's nothing. It's just a blank card. But question for Matt: will we be seeing you at the Patriots game at home?
The Patriots game at home? No, I will not be at that one. The following week, I'll be there for the Denver game, though.
You'll be there for the Denver game. Okay. And last question. It says the biggest storylines from mandatory minicamp, right? This is the title of the video.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go through Reddick? I came in late.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, you went through Reddick. And what about the new kickoff rule? Is that something that, like, do you think that's something that's like a big topic that should be covered for something like this? Like, I don't know, how are they going to handle it? Like, who do you think they're going to use to field those kickoffs?
I think it's a competition this summer. You know, it's tough to evaluate that till we see training camp, who they have lining up there. We know Gibson's going to get the first crack at it, but you need two returners in the new setup. So you got two guys back there.
Do you go speed or do you go brawn? Like, what
I think I'd put Corley back there. Because he's a little bit more physical. He's a little bit more physical.
So you need someone to like break a tackle.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Cool. Sounds good.
Snowball.
Yeah.
Thank you for the time.
Thank you for your time.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Snowball to the big fella. Big fella.
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
What's going on?
Hey, congrats on the wedding, man.
Thank you.
It's a big deal. So good luck. I got a couple questions. First one, how does Isaiah Davis look? Because I think he might be good for the kickoff. He's a big guy. He can run, blast through, and he seems to be like a good running back. I don't think he's getting enough coverage. I just want to know how he's doing during camp.
He's gotten a lot of work because there hasn't been any Breece Hall yet. So it's been, I would say Braylon Allen has been the leader of the pack, but Isaiah Davis has gotten some run too. Maybe he will have a role on special teams. That's not a bad thought. That might be a good way to get him on the field, and that's another physical runner you could have back there.
Yeah, and also like backup linebackers, how are they looking? Because I'm not too keen on having Surratt and Zaire Barnes like in a ready to go role if one of the linebackers gets hurt. So I was wondering how they're looking right now.
I feel like we haven't heard a ton on either of those guys. I know they like Jamie and Sherwood a lot, but outside of that, I think Surratt's really a special teamer, and Barnes, we didn't. I mean, his rookie year last year, I don't remember hearing any stories about him at all. So I don't know too much about him.
Yeah. I mean, that was my concern. Like going after we did all the splashes in free agency, I was like, if Mosley gets hurt, we have Sherwood, but if Mosley and Williams hurt, we're screwed. So, I thought that was a need, but
that's most teams though, big fella. Like you can't have depth for like two of your starters going down in the same room.
I get it, but I don't know if they're competent backups. You know what I mean?
I like Jamie and Sherwood. I think he's going to be. I think he's proven at times he could be a decent player. Just he's not needed right now because you got two Pro Bowl, All Pro linebackers in front of him.
Yeah. Okay. Congrats on everything. And I'm in Tennessee right now. It's my son's girlfriend's birthday today, so drove all the way down here. So
nice.
Yeah, it's 14.
For your son's girlfriend's birthday.
Yeah.
This must be a serious relationship if you're trekking down that far.
Well, I don't like to see girls cry and stuff like that if he couldn't make it. So, I took the road down here, you know what I mean?
Nice.
Very nice.
So, yeah, anyway, have a great Sunday. Go Jets, and talk to you soon.
All right, big fella. Appreciate you. This is an interesting question here. This is from our guy Moshe, who writes in. Heard this question on DNR this week. What's your Mount Rushmore of hated teams?
Oh. Okay. So for the Jets, I guess we'll do it, right?
Yeah, we can do Jet related.
Yeah, so I'd say I would say it's got to be the 3 teams in the division. And then do you put the Giants on there? I don't
really hate the Giants that much. Like I don't like their fans and they're annoying, but like I don't honestly, I have real hatred for the 3 teams in the Jets division. I don't hate the Giants at that level.
I might go Pittsburgh. I have a lot of for a young Matt O'Leary in 2004, Doug Bryan, that really stung, and then losing to them in the championship game. I don't have a lot of love for the Pittsburgh Steelers, so they might be one that sneaks on this list.
Yeah, if I'm opening this up to like all the teams I root for, then I mean then it's a little harder. I would definitely have the Patriots still on there. I probably still, because I'm such a crazy Jet fan, I probably still would have the Bills and the Dolphins on there. Maybe I throw like as a Yankee fan, I throw like the Red Sox on there or something.
Fair.
Something like that. Paula wants to know, Matt, are you inviting the whole chat to your wedding?
As much as I would love to, that's not realistic. My dad is one of 9, so I have a ton of family. This is going to be a big wedding as is, so it's tough. I want to invite everyone in my life, but it's just not feasible.
I love it. Matt, do you have time for one last call?
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Boy up next. Hello, Johnny Boy. Johnny Boy, you have to unmute your mic.
What's up, guys? You guys can hear me? How you holding up? Matty, congrats, brother. This is dope, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Dude, I've been with the wifey for almost 11 years now. So married 6. You know, it's just like the big fella, bro. Good luck, dog. Like,
how many kids do you have, Johnny?
Counting 22.
What?
I'm just kidding, man. I got 3. 3.
We both like, what?
Hey, congrats on the sex.
3, man. I got I mean, you guys met Riley. Well, Jake has, and then my son Giovanni, and then the new one's her name's gonna be Addison. So she's due any day. So if you guys see me MIA for a while, I'll probably be inside the hospital. Be like, yo, babe, look, say what's up on the Jake Asman show.
Yeah,
hey, Matt's on right now.
You got to call us from the hospital.
Bro, we could do that. Gator's going to be having a field day with that one, man. But hey, with everything going on, right? And with the camp getting ready to start and whatnot, right? Other than the Reddick issue, what's another story that you guys are like, I'm really looking into it? Like, this is the one that I want to see, right? I mean, something that nobody's talking about right now, or et cetera, et cetera.
You had to throw that caveat. No one's talking about it because we pretty much extensively talk about everything on these channels in June. I mean, I think it's the rookies. I think it's what Matt was saying earlier, though. I think it's maybe not like we talked about Braylon Allen, but maybe it's some of the UDFA guys, the undrafted guys that maybe trying to make this team, especially the ones they brought in on the defensive line.
Yeah, that's a really good call out on the UDFAs. I think they have 3 on the defensive line in Braden McGregor. You have Eric Watts, and then the Miami kid. I'm blanking on his name right now.
Leonard Taylor, is that his name? Yep.
I think those 3 have the best chance to make the roster as UDFAs. Not saying that all 3 of them will, but I think it's going to be a good competition. And Watts already kind of stood out. I thought he had a couple good practices already, so that's a positive sign.
What do you guys think the role of Fatu is going to be?
Early down run stuffer on the interior, that kind of like what Al Woods was last year, just a younger version.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys, man. Matt, congrats again, dude. It's awesome. Honestly, bro, it's a great enjoy it. The only thing I could probably give you, make sure you eat. because bro, you're gonna be like getting torn, taking different spots, places, and all that. Take some time, enjoy it with your wife, eat, and be able to just bring in that moment. And Jake, hey man, I appreciate you, dog.
Johnny,
I
appreciate you. Well done, Matt. I said that was the last call, but when this guy calls in, I think there's a reason why you need to hear from. Ladies and gentlemen, our King Loski.
Matt O'Leary, my brother. Matt O'Leary, my brother. Jake, my brother. Jake, my brother. It's always good to see my Jet brethren on this beautiful Sunday. I just had to come in here and say, congratulations on the ass, Matt O'Leary. Hey, congratulations to you, my brother. I know it's going to be a beautiful wedding. I wish I could attend, but I'm sure you're going to have a great time. I'm sure y'all going to be doing a whole lot of things on your honeymoon. So, hey, congratulations on the ass. JTF! Jets, baby, let's go.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the King.
The best.
Checking in. Oh man, I love it. This wedding's not till November of 25, and we got 2 years of congratulations, man.
I know it's going to be the longest running thing. It's been there was some bit on Talking Jets where they would try to the chat would try to convince each other that I was getting engaged for like 2 years. So I don't know why that was a bit, but it was. But yeah, we still got a ways to go, but it's gonna be fun. I'm very excited.
On a side note, I might need to isolate Loski saying congrats on the ass as a drop for the show to use with the Rodgers. Congrats on the sex. Matt, this was awesome. Where can people find Matt O'Leary away from this video you're on right now?
Yeah, at Matt O'Leary NY everywhere on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Just talking Jets, trying to keep it light and have some fun over here. But yeah, you can follow along over there.
Matt, I'll let you get back to watching the Mets, who have tied the game up here in the 6th inning in London. I mean, enjoy the game.
Thank you, my friend. Talk soon.
Matt O'Leary checking in. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. Follow him on social media. I'm going to stay on for a little while longer. Got some open phone lines for those who want in. Gator, in less than an hour, if you're watching live, 1 p.m. Eastern, has something big cooking up on his channel.
Hello, I'm Gator McCluskey, and I'd like to invite you to a very special live show on my Burt Reynolds tribute channel this Sunday, June 9th at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, and that's 6 p.m. GMT for my friends in the UK. Now, if you love Burt, even if you like him a little, maybe you've never heard of him, hang out with me Sunday for an hour or so, and we'll catch up, share stories, and enjoy some rare clips, some of which you may have never seen. You can call into the show and let me know what made you a Burt Reynolds fan. Check out the link in the description and set the notifications so that you're reminded when we go live. I'm very much looking forward to discussing my hero with you, the late, great Burt Reynolds. Cheers.
It's funny because last night when I got back from the Yankees game, I was watching The Longest Yard with Burt Reynolds on TV last night. So there you go. Shout out to Gator. I'll be checking that out 55 minutes from right now. I'll be at the Yankee game again tonight. So if I run into any of you as maniacs out there, stop by and say hello. I believe I'm in section 117, and I'll try and get the Billies before the game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is a man who needs no introduction, but he has a full-on rap that we'll play anyway.
My name's Mr. Bonesy, I smoke that dro. Listen to my flow on the Jake Asman Show. Got Gator behind the scenes, comedy genius. I say it a lot, Joey 3 legs with the big penis. Yo, Gary, gas station pizza over chicken and pasta? No wonder you ain't made boom the Jake Asman Show roster. My man's waiting patiently in the lobby. Go ahead, let him in, Jake. Hi, Bobby. Yo, Will and Purple Mike, hope you watching from afar. This is how you spit some fire-ass bars. There's only one king and it's Loki with the crown. And let's let Andrew finish breaking some film down. He's Joe, I'm Bone. Now I'll pass my boy Jake the microphone.
Oh, yeah, baby. Mr. Bonesy.
Jake, my brother. 2 Jake, my brothers back to back. What's up, man?
Let's go, baby.
Hey, I really wanted to call in just to make sure that we're all there supporting Gator in an hour. He's about to have a show, and I may not be able to call in because I'll be going to a party, but we got to be there, man. Gator's our boy. He's the behind-the-scenes magician, and I just want to shout out Gator for that. Make sure we're all there supporting. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
And hey, another shout out. I want to shout out VR and Johnny Boy's new show 411. Great first show, great debut. It's just amazing how many of us are coming out of the community. We all stick together. It's the best, man. The Jets fans are the best, and it all comes back to you, Jake. We're all here for you, brother. You're the man.
I love it. Hey, I got the best audience on YouTube, and Jet fans are the best in sports. We know this. How's being a dad today?
Yep, that's how it is, man. You know how it is. I could barely hear you because my kids are screaming so much.
I love it. Well, we'll let you get back to being a dad. Have fun.
All right, fellas. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Mr. Bonesy checking in. Oh, man. What a show. What a time to be alive. Shout out to everyone who's tuned in live here on this fine Saturday. I want to give some shout outs to a couple people in particular who joined the Patreon, patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. Shout out to Nick Marengo, who I actually met in Kansas City last year at the NFL draft. I met Nick and his awesome daughter. They are Jet fans, but they live in the KC area. He signed up for the year. Gary Bridgewater and Gangrene Lou, who signed up for the year. They are our three most recent Patreon members. If you are going to Jets Texans and you still haven't paid me, you have really until tomorrow, unless you reached out separately, because we have to pay the Jets the remaining deposits so we can then acquire the tickets and then transfer the tickets to those who are going to the Jets Texans game. Shout out to the most of you who have paid. If you haven't paid, I'm sending Rob from Glenhead and Neil to make you an offer you can't refuse, if you know what I'm saying. Patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. It includes access to the Discord. Shout out to everyone for the support away from YouTube. I can't even tell you how much it means to me. Freddie McKnight, I missed this earlier. Sorry, Freddie. What's up, Bobby? I made my video debut on your show yesterday. Love the show. Freddie, I'm glad you went on the Bobby Midnight Show. It is a tremendous show. There's no doubt about that. Ace of Spade with a super chat at the buzzer here. Jets need to develop a successor post CJ Mosley. I think Jamie Sherwood is viewed in that light. But Mosley redid his deal. He's under contract now for 2 more years. So we'll see. All right. Hit the like button on your way out of here. My name is Jake Asman. This has been the Jake Asman Show. I will talk to you guys tomorrow as we begin another full week of content. Got some big guests I'm working on for the channel, so stay tuned for that. Thank you all for tuning in. Get your Hugo House hat. Get your Copper John's beard oil. Use Underdog Fantasy. Buy Liquid IV with my code. Buy your Jets gear down below from Fanatics. Get your jeans from The Perfect Jean. All right? Get your T-shirts and your polos from Cuts Clothing. Am I missing any other sponsors here? I'm sure there's more. Get your deodorant from Mando. I think I covered it all. All right. Thank you to everyone for their support. I'll talk to you guys soon. JETS, 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 Jets.
Yeah. Welcome to the Jake Asman Show. This for all the Asmaniacs.
You're now listening to Blitz BK.
Talk Jets. 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 We did 2 shows a day, if not with blue balls, I stay. We mix a few calls with Dre, B Mac and Bobby Boucher. There's a baby on the way. Shout out Ricky and Y. We the people who roll with Jake, and we love to get high. White and green in New Jersey, yeah, we love to get fly. Super chat, skip the line, we always love to say hi. Even with Buffalo on, he's a hell of a guy. So we still show him love, we don't leave Canada dry. No, we drink tears from these fish. Burn bills, then we switch. Straight May into a bitch, turn Mayo into Swiss, bang Mateo with a fist, then we throw him in the realm, leave him dirty in the pits. Feed him to the gator, let him edit data, help the show get to the top like an elevator. Got Gary head spinning cause Brock went to the Raiders. King Low wants some scoop, but Charles is such a hater. Talk Jets, talk Jets, talk Jets, talk Jets, talk Jets, talk Jets.